I also wanted to comment, and we've been trying not to talk about the event with each other because we wanted to share it here with you all first. To me, this felt like a really great mix of folks. There were a lot of new folks here, or first timers to a takeover event, or lots of folks that have only been in the lifestyle for like a year and a half, 2 years. It was so many, and everybody had so much in common about that, and it made it so easy, and I think it made all the new folks feel so comfortable because there were so many new folks.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What did you think about?
No, I think you're absolutely right. And we talked to a lot of them, of the newer folks, because they either had heard our podcast or, had watched our YouTube videos. And so, we were able to kind of be helpful for the new folks. And then we also attended the Pop Your Cherry seminar, which was geared towards people who are new to hotel takeovers. We were able to, meet a lot of people there, which was nice. But yeah, I think, and to your point, it's a very welcoming group of people. And so, if this was your first hotel takeover, it was a very inviting event. Everybody that we talked to who are new people, felt exactly the same. That very inviting and not intimidating at all. And so that was nice to be able to
do the not intimidating piece. I think that we saw people being very comfortable not playing with others. We saw people being very comfortable just watching and not having to be out there on display themselves. We saw a lot of people being very comfortable being the exhibitionist types. There was a lot, and there was a mix of everything. And so
everybody seemed comfortable
even the folks
in their space that they were at.
Even the closed curtains. Some people close the curtains, which is we don't want anybody to even ask to join us. And that was wonderful. It was so great that there are so many ways for people to experience the whole. Any way that they wanted to play was the way that they wanted to play.
Oh, choose your own adventure. That's what we talk about all the time. And that's exactly how it went here.
Yeah, and I feel like people really took advantage of that. We heard a lot of people in rooms when we were walking into our rooms. So a lot of people were playing in their rooms with new friends or partners or things. And they maybe weren't even in the playrooms. And so that's pretty cool too. So I think that was really neat. We, at one point in time, were like, where are all the people? Why aren't the playrooms more busy? And I think they had all gone back to their rooms to socialize more in private.
Yeah. Especially Thursday night. I don't think the playrooms were as crowded.
Right.
But last night.
Right. And we thought Friday night was going to be the busiest night in the playrooms. But last night,
I was surprised.
Yeah. That's great though.
No, it was
building up their courage one night. The first night
they get comfortable. And then Saturday, they're like, let's just go for it.
Yeah. And you could see that sometimes people don't even watch, it depends on where you are, and they do a great job here of having some spaces that are a lot darker, some spaces if you want to be the exhibitionist, there's definitely ways to do that, but there's a lot of spaces and places where you don't have to do that, but you can still have that sexy ambiance of still being in the main area. So I really like that too.
And they had a dungeon, which was so popular the whole
weekend.
It really
was.
Yes.
Every time we stuck our head in there, it was great. Several people playing.
It was great. It was tiny. It was just like, it was more like an experiential, come in and let's talk about what this looks like. Of course, that's right up our alley.
Right.
Yeah. So that was really cute. Just a couple little pieces of equipment in there, but it was really set up so that you could go in and ask and talk. And the dungeon master, Sentinel Bearer, who's a friend of ours, does an amazing job with everybody and does a great job of really explaining and talking about it and walking people through if they want to try something. So that was really cool to watch and see. So yeah, I can talk about my experience. Was that Thursday night?
That was Thursday. Yeah, because
Thursday night.
Yeah, that would have been Thursday night.
We went to the play.
All right, so I'll talk about my first really fucking hot experience of the trip. I had quite a couple of them. I got to kiss a lot of people this weekend, and that was really fun. I haven't done that in a while, where it's been like really feeling like you're connecting with folks, even in just a friendly, flirty, friendly way. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. It was just super fun. So anyways, on Thursday night, Phoenix and I, we were going to have our evening upstairs, but we were kind of doing a lap we had said goodnight to you guys, I think already, and you guys were going to be in the playroom, and we were doing a lap, and we walked past the dungeon, and we saw some people that we knew in there. And I thought, you know what, the cross is there. It was very empty. There was one person, I think, getting a session on the spanking bench or something. Right. And I said, let's just try this, because I don't normally use a cross, and this was a double cross. So with a double cross, the two people that are on the cross would be facing each other. So your hands are kind of up at the top, and it's like an A frame, and you're up against your bodies or like that. So I was on one side facing the door, like I could see out to the ballroom area, the dance floor. And we're doing, and you're starting to me, and we're just having fun, and it was nothing. He had a big so it makes lots of noise, but it really doesn't hurt very much. But which we found out later. Some of the folks that were listening or watching were like, "Oh, he's just beating the shit out of her," and they were like, "Oh my God, how's your butt?" The next day, and I'm like, "What are you even talking about?" So I'll bring that up in a second. But
actually, what happened right about that moment in time was this was PJs and Pearls night.
Yes.
And the little PJ booty shorts that you were wearing started to move as I was. And so immediately I latched onto that and said, okay, the game for the night is, can I get these down to her ankles using nothing but the flogger? So now I'm very focused, right, on her and these pants.
Right. And so I look up, and another couple has joined us on the cross. And this lady is up against the cross. And so now I look up, and where our faces, you're not super close, but maybe
this far away.
Yeah, not like this far by the time. But your hands are up close to each other like this, yeah. So she's looking, so all of a sudden I look up, she looks up, she sees me, we lock eyes. She's being I lock eyes with him, her, and it was just like electric. It was so hot. It was just electric. So she and I kept looking at each other. He and I are looking at each other. Phoenix is back there trying to get my pants off with the flogger, and I'm screaming, "Pay attention!" At one point in time, I really said, "Pay attention!" And he's like, "What?" And he's thinking I'm talking about the flogger, and I can't stop because there's this energy and this.
So now I figured out by now what's going on, but I'm thinking my best contribution to this is to just keep pouring the same gas on the fire that got it started.
Yes, with the
so unless she asks for something explicitly different, I'm like, yes, I know, keep going.
Oh yeah, it was hot because the electricity that I was feeling across that side of the cross was really amazing. So then at some point in time, both of our hands are up at the top of the cross, and she and I just kind of naturally just started holding hands as we were being flogged. And it was so amazing. It was just a rush of this energy. I don't know her name. I don't know his name. When we got done, I was so turned on. I said, "Can I kiss you?" And I kissed her, and it was beautiful and amazing. And I offered us up to them on a platter, and they politely said goodnight. And that was okay. And I said, "Well, any other time this weekend at all, ever? I'm Myrina. You can find me anywhere." And they never did, but that is okay because it was so hot. It was so organic. You could never have planned for something like that. And it was off the chain. So that made for fun for me.
But it was still a learning experience because so here I am just, trying to pull her pants down with this flogger. And then the next morning our friends are like, "Oh my God, how's your butt?"
Oh yeah.
Because we were just gasping. He was hitting you so hard. And we're looking at each other going, "Oh, we might have miscommunicated on that one."
Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't hard. I mean, it sounded hard, and it was, but you were putting into it. There was a little bit of a show going on as well.
It was absolutely
especially with this
show.
couple that was there, and it was so hot. So that was my experience Thursday night at the playroom area.